the webinar. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes to allow time for others to join, and we'll get started really soon. Okay, wonderful. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa. I'm going to be the facilitator for this session. Thank you so much for joining us for the Minnesota Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're pleased to have you with us. We have a great lineup of colleges and universities here to share about opportunities at their institution. I hope you'll find this session to be incredibly valuable as you explore your options. A few housekeeping things before we get started. Your camera and microphone are off. You're muted, your video's off, which means that our college reps here today can't actually see or hear you, but they definitely want to hear from you. So you may be asking, well, how do I submit my questions? We want you to do so using the Q&A feature, and it's on that little control panel, should be toward the bottom of your screen. Definitely send any and all questions through that Q&A feature. Our reps definitely want to connect with you. They want to be able to answer your questions. So reach out, ask away. There's no designated time, so you can start putting Q&A questions in the Q&A right now, even. And we don't have any more sessions after this. This will be like the last one as part of the MACAC fair. But all the sessions are being recorded, including this one, and you'll be able to see those session recordings at strivescan.com/Minnesota. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to present our first school, which is Gonzaga University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carrie Weeks, and I'm Associate Director of Admission here at Gonzaga, and I am the Minnesota counselor. So I'm happy to be working with you and to answer questions and tell you a little bit about Gonzaga. So Gonzaga is a private liberal arts Jesuit school. We are located in Spokane, Washington, and Jesuit education is world renowned for providing a holistic development of the person, mind, body, and spirit. And at Gonzaga, that's what we focus on, cura personalis, or the care for the whole person. That's a Latin term. Gonzaga is a medium-sized university with around 5,000 undergraduate students who hail from all 50 states and about 40 different countries. About 41% of our students do identify as Catholic, and others are other Christian denominations, as well as other religions, and some have no particular religious background. About 30% of our first-year class identify as BIPOC students, and we also have a top 20% national ranking as a university that educates students from many different faith backgrounds for lives of leadership and service for the common good. At GU, there's an emphasis on interdisciplinary and hands-on experiences, such as internships and research and field work. We have an average class size of 23 and a student to faculty ratio of 11:1, and faculty that are teaching all of our courses and labs. So we're really able to offer personal attention and advising. In fact, we're ranked number 13 nationally for best undergraduate teaching. We have happy students with 92% continuing after their first year and successful graduates with the classes of 2018 through 2020, even through our COVID times, with 91% of them saying that they're working in graduate school or doing full-time service work after graduation. We are located just across the Spokane River from downtown. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk on the Centennial Trail, which is a 37-mile paved bike trail that runs along the side of our campus. Spokane's a city of about 225,000 people and about 770,000 within the metro area. We have a great combination of urban and outdoor amenities, such as excellent internships and restaurants and shopping, and also easy access to hiking, rock climbing, golfing, and skiing. Our GU Outdoors Club even takes students on many different trips throughout the year. Students also have access to the bus system with their GU ID. We offer over 75 different academic programs through 5 colleges: the College of Arts and Sciences, School of Business Administration, School of Education, School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the School of Nursing and Human Physiology. About 63% of our students study abroad, including places like our second campus in Florence, Italy. And we also have students go to about 30 other countries. About 82% of our students come from over 200 miles away. So while Gonzaga offers great academic challenges, we do that with a lot of support and opportunities for students to grow and share their gifts outside of the classroom. We offer over 140 different clubs and organizations. We have strong residence hall communities where our first and second year students live. We have lots of dances and speakers, very active intramural club and Division I athletics, and many optional retreats and spiritual options. We provide excellent resources for students through many different offices. I'd really like to highlight our Unity Multicultural Education Center and our Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center. Those are great homes away from home for our students, as well as excellent places where students can share their leadership gifts. We do have over 800 student leadership positions on campus. For our application, we use the Common Application, and we use that to determine merit scholarships as well. December 1st is the deadline, and students interested in nursing and engineering do need to list that in the application and be admitted directly into those majors. We evaluate holistically, taking into consideration grades and grade trends, curriculum, quality of writing, character, extracurricular activities, and test scores if you choose to submit them. We are test optional for admission to all majors, the honors program, and scholarships, so you can choose whether or not you want to submit an SAT score or an ACT score. If you don't submit, we just put more emphasis on your curriculum, your GPA, and the writing in the application. Our first year middle 50%, they were between about a 3.53 and a 3.9 for an unweighted GPA. December 1st is also the priority award deadline for the FAFSA and accessing any federal, state, or Gonzaga need-based aid. If a student can't file a FAFSA, then they can file a need-based analysis form to access Gonzaga aid. 98% of our admitted students receive merit scholarships and or grants to go to Gonzaga. And merit scholarships are automatically earned when students apply for admission. We also offer many separate application scholarships, such as the honors program, music scholarships, Gonzaga leaders, many other separate application scholarships. So I hope this has helped give you a taste of the Gonzaga experience. I welcome your questions in the Q&A, and go Zags!
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gonzaga University. Next up, we have Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
All right, my name is Josh Cleveland from Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College. We're about 2 hours north of Minneapolis, St. Paul, about a half hour away from Duluth. So the inland ocean, the freshwater ocean, Lake Superior. I'm going to show you a few pictures of our campus. If it advances, that's going to be helpful. As you can see, our campus is beautiful. And I'm going to show you a few different angles and a few different seasons. We are located on 40 acres of pine trees. We are the world's only tribal college joined with a state college. So there are 37 different tribal colleges located all over the US. There are actually 37 Minnesota state colleges and universities in Minnesota. We're a part of both of those collectives, both of those families. And so you can start at Fond du Lac. We offer 2-year degrees, which can lead right to a job, or you can transfer on to a four-year school. We have many students successfully transfer within the Minnesota state system, which would include Bemidji, Mankato, Winona, St. Cloud, as well as beyond out of state. Maybe you have an interest in seeing different places in the world, but if you want to start close to home, small classes, and very affordable, our tuition is about $5,300 a year. I'm going to highlight a few of these programs because with just 2 years of college, you have the opportunity to work as a police officer. We offer the hands-on driving, learning how to shoot guns, and do so in a culturally respectful and relevant way. Another hands-on program that we're really proud of is our 2-year nursing degree. It allows an internship out in our community, lots of hands-on learning. We have a fine arts degree, so if art is your thing, everything from drawing, painting, sculpting. We have Sterling Rathsack, a well-known painter and sculptor from the Duluth area, as well as Karen Savage Blue, female native watercolor and acrylic painter. Both are excellent and the students seem to really enjoy the classes. We have GIS, which is taking data. If you think of Google Maps, something very practical. So instead of looking at spreadsheets and numbers, it creates visual displays. So students are using this program to then move into areas helping with wildlife management. It's used in COVID or other health type outbreaks. It's used for economic modeling in business. And there are jobs at the 2-year level, but many students will transfer on and get a bachelor's degree in GIS. We have a human services degree, which is social work, pre-social work. It allows you to work as a drug and alcohol counselor for a couple of years while you decide, is this the right program for me? If it is, you go on and do social work. If it's not, maybe you'd change your major completely, or maybe you'd find a related program like psychology or something along those lines. This is an example of student clubs and how they do some hands-on connection with the community. So this Human Services Club does a big Christmas celebration, cookie decorating, gift giveaway. And the idea is we want to give our students the chance to find out, do I like the field I'm going into? Because there's nothing worse than studying for 4 years, getting a degree and finding out you don't really like the job. So we want our students to find out, are you on the right path, and have those confirmations along their journey. We've got great science labs. You'll notice there's about 15, 20 students in these classes. It's a really nice environment for making connections with your instructors and your students. Maybe you want to move into outdoors, forestry, wildlife management. We'd be a great place. First 2 years, get some good foundation under your belt. We do offer the Ojibwe language, and we have an American Indian Studies program. So if you're interested in the Ojibwe culture and language, we're a great place to come and learn and probably transfer on and get a bachelor's degree at one of our other brother sister institutions. We've got an elementary education degree as well as an early childhood development degree. Here's some pictures of students out in the classroom doing field experience. We have a multimedia productions degree, and this studio is used for language preservation. We bring in elders and we participated with different language preservation groups. But the 2-year degree or a certificate degree in multimedia production, it doesn't just focus in on sound, it also does video, looks at marketing. So if you're not sure how you want to tell your story, this could be a really fun way to get exposed to many different areas of storytelling. We have learning collaboratives, including a weekend college. So we offer classes on the weekend. And then the electric utility technology, which is a hands-on degree, starting off at a really high wage. And it has to do with power generation. It's about as close as you could get to being an engineer with a 2-year degree. A few other fun pictures just to show activity that we have here on campus. Great leadership. Every semester we start off with a welcome feast. And this is a chance for students to get to have a good meal that we all bring in, homemade food, as well as get to know each other and build relationships. So college is a lot more fun when you build connections. And so that's a big focus. We've got the Thunder Deli. We have on-campus housing available. You're not required to live on campus, but many students find it very convenient. And we do have the Thunder Athletics of football, basketball, and volleyball. So thank you, and look forward to hearing more from some of the other colleges.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Northern Arizona University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I am going to share my screen and then we will go ahead and get started. My name is Ashley Knuth, and I am one of our student recruitment coordinators here in the Office of University Admissions. I'm based in the Flagstaff Mountain campus, but I do specifically work with our incoming first-year students across the Midwest. So in Minnesota, Missouri, Wisconsin, and Kansas. So to open up here, I do want to read NAU's land acknowledgement as the land in which our university sits is, give me just 1 second here. Let me try from beginning again.
Perfect.
Okay, does that look better? Okay, awesome. Thanks for bearing with me. So I am going to start with our land acknowledgement as the land where our campus sits does hold religious significance for 12 different tribes in our area. Northern Arizona University sits at the base of the San Francisco Peaks on homelands sacred to Native Americans throughout the region. We honor their past, present, and future generations who have lived here for millennia and will forever call this place home. We are located in Flagstaff, Arizona. So we are in Northern Arizona, about 2 hours north of Phoenix. And it's a common misconception that all of Arizona is just one big hot desert. But up here in Flagstaff, we actually do sit in the world's largest contiguous ponderosa pine forest. And we do see on average about 100 inches of snowfall every single year. But on the flip side, 264 average days of sunshine. So kind of the perfect balance there. And we are only an hour and a half away from the Grand Canyon. So one of the 7 natural wonders of the world is right here in our backyard. I just want to make sure, is my slide progressing okay? Are you able to see it?
Yeah, we can see it. We're seeing Flagstaff, a different AZ.
Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Awesome. So next up, I do just want to talk about what student life is like on our campus. So students do really enjoy our campus community. We do not require our first year students to live on campus, but about 90% of our first years do decide to live on campus. And we house our students in what's considered a residential college. So they live in the same residential hall as students that are studying under the same academic college as them. And we found that students are successful both inside and outside of the classroom when members of our residential communities. We also do have over 400 clubs and organizations for our students to be involved with, and those range from academic and professional clubs. We have some sports clubs on campus, fraternity and sorority life, hobby and interest-based clubs. So there's something for everyone to kind of connect with and find a community here on campus. And we do compete in the NCAA Division I Big Sky Conference for 14 of our 15 athletic teams. The only one that is a different conference will be Women's Swim and Dive, and they are 8-time national WAC champions, which is the Western Athletic Conference. Moving on to our academics. So we are a medium to large size university here at NAU. With that being said, most of our students are undergraduate students. So we have nearly 100 different undergraduate programs for our students to choose from. Some of our popular programs include psychological sciences with several different emphasis areas, such as forensics, as well as all of our engineering programs are ABET accredited. So that's the highest accreditation that an engineering program can have. Our School of Hotel and Restaurant Management is ranked number 7 in the nation and number 14th in the world for our students that are interested in hospitality, tourism, or event management. We also are the only state school of forestry, and we have 50,000 acres of land that students can use for hands-on experience and research. Now here at NAU, for admissions and for scholarship consideration, we only look at the core 16 college preparatory courses, which are shown on the screen here. With that being said, if you do have a 3.0 unweighted core GPA and no deficiencies in these core courses, you are guaranteed admission to NAU. You're considered for admission with a 2.5 or higher unweighted core GPA and no more than 2 deficiencies, and those cannot be in the same subject area or a combination of math and a lab science. We are test score optional here at NAU, so you will not be penalized if you do not send in ACT or SAT scores, either for admissions or for merit-based scholarship consideration. And financial fit is a huge part when determining where you want to go to school, so we do want to be transparent about the cost. So here on the screen, you are seeing our current non-resident tuition rate, as well as some additional costs to consider when you're looking at your estimated total cost of attendance. But we do want to make higher education as accessible as possible for as many students as we can. So we do offer non-resident merit-based scholarships. You're automatically considered for all of these with your application to NAU, and they will be dependent on your unweighted core GPA. And lastly, just some next steps for my seniors in the room. The application is open now, so the best time to apply is right now. I will throw our application fee waiver code in the chat once I'm done presenting. That way you don't have to pay the $25 application fee. We will ask you to self-report your grades. The FAFSA is also open, so the free application for federal student aid. We have a priority review date of November 15th here at NAU. And we also do have our honors college. This is a separate application. So the first step is to be admitted to our honors college or to NAU. Once you have been admitted to NAU, then the honors application will be open for you. And you can learn more about that at nau.edu/honors. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here tonight. I will throw my contact information in the chat here momentarily.
Wonderful. Thank you, NAU. So many terrific schools. This is quite a treat. Students, I just want to remind you to use that Q&A feature to ask any questions that you'd like. Our next college is going to be Hamline University.
Thanks so much for having us on this evening. My name is Kyle Evans, one of the admission counselors at Hamline University, and I'm going to start sharing my screen with you now. All right, so Hamline University is a small private liberal arts college located in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis-St. Paul in Minnesota. So about 2,000 students, 80 different student organizations, over 50 majors here. So there's really a lot to do on campus and a very short time for us to go through what campus looks like tonight. So the first thing is we are located in the Twin Cities. This is a major metropolitan area, which means every conceivable business, art, culture, it's all there, right there for you, the student. We are located in the Midway neighborhood. It is uncreatively named because it is midway between both downtown areas. So you're going to have access to not just fun things to do, we're a major music city here, but also it's going to serve as this backdrop towards your education. We'll touch on internships later, but like I said, every conceivable industry is about a 10-mile radius from here. So if you're looking for those rare experiences, you'll be sure to find them in the Twin Cities. So Hamline students tend to be a pretty diverse and eclectic crowd. People ask, who are Hamline students? I like to say we are a lot of things. We come from a variety of experiences. We have in-state students, out-of-state students, international students, students that come from every different racial, gender, or class background here. Some recent statistics to hit you guys with is that about 41% of our students are first-generation college students like myself, who are the first in their family to actually access higher education. Around 40% of our students identify as students of color. We expect that trend to continue rising. Hamline is committed to giving everyone, regardless of whatever their background is, a chance to access a high-quality education and, more importantly, the opportunity to learn from one another. So to tie it all together, who is a Hamline student? Potentially it's you. Now, kind of tying it back towards education, the reason that you're going to be attending college, you're going to have plenty of in-classroom experiences at Hamline. But one of the things that really makes us distinctive as a university is we're going to require you to step outside of the classroom while you're here. You're going to have some sort of experience that's going to speak to your skills and you applying them within your chosen field. So this is typically done through our liberal education as practice credit, which requires you to do either an internship, an independently led research project, a community organizing project, or a study away experience in order to graduate from the university. So 100% of our students are coming out of here with some form of experience that they can speak to if they're going into academia or if they're going into the traditional workforce. Our average number of internships per student is 2 per student, so we tend to do quite a bit of professional development as students. I like to say Hamline students are a couple of things. One is you're going to be very passionate about your area of study, and the other thing you're going to be is very busy. And this is one of the ways that we stay engaged and busy in what our work is going to look like. Research is another major factor here, and something again that makes Hamline fairly distinctive. We're a very small university, but we tend to punch a little bit above our weight in the research we produce here. We send one of the largest delegations to the National Conference of Undergraduate Research, and we're 2,100 undergrads. Your research project will be designed by you with a professor as an advisor. We also have a summer research program where you can get a living stipend to live on campus and conduct your research as well. As far as study away, we have plenty of different options for students to pursue, be them in country in United States territories and outlying areas, or if they're going to be fully abroad in a different country. You can work with our Office of Global Engagement and you'll have an advisor specifically for your study away. So if you have questions on where you should go, what's going to be the right fit to you, or if you have questions at the university while you're in country, you're always going to have that connection to Hamline's campus. One of the things that we do focus on here is our commitment to social justice and community service. Hamline is affiliated with the Methodist Church. You do not need to be a Methodist to attend the university, but the roots of Methodism tend to be radical community engagement and work, which is the vision that we try to take forward here. So our students tend to be fairly rooted in their community and do a lot of different volunteer work. A lot of our work is done actually through our students, not just through the university proposing work that needs to be done in our community. A lot of that is student-led through the Wesley Center of Spirituality, Service, and Social Justice. So there are plenty of different groups that will also go off and engage on their own outside of the university. And you'll find many different ways to get involved with the community around the Twin Cities area, get out there and volunteer. So if you are interested in being the change that you want to see in the world and not waiting for somebody to show up and address those problems in your community, Hamline is going to feel like home to you. That picture in the upper left corner there is day one for those students. Those are incoming freshmen on their very first day here. We get them out in the community volunteering immediately to let them know here are some opportunities for you, and this is really what we are about. So we really have a distinctive commitment to social justice, equity, and inclusion on campus. And if that is something that you relate with, we really encourage you to take a strong look at Hamline. All right, so we've gone over the tip-top view, and am I being cut off right now for time?
If you want to just maybe share your one last thing.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in coming to visit, you can visit us October 20th through 23rd. We have our fall visit days coming up, and we'd love to see you on campus to learn a little bit more. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. Is Florida Southern College ready?
Yes, I am.
Welcome.
Of course, I'm going to share my screen really quick. Okay, perfect. So good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Kelly Freeman. I'm an admissions counselor at Florida Southern College, and I'm very excited to share with you all of the opportunities and resources that Florida Southern College has to offer. So to get started with some basic information, Florida Southern College is located in the city of Lakeland, which is almost exactly halfway between Tampa and Orlando. We were founded in 1883, which makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. FSC has about 3,000 total students, and of these students, we're about 60% from the state of Florida, 40% from out of the state of Florida. Within our community, our students represent 44 states and territories and 50 foreign countries as well. We are excited as we also recently ranked by US News as one of the top schools in the nation, including number 8 in the South, number 10 in most innovative, and best undergraduate program for business and nursing. Additionally, we are recognized by Ranking Guides as one of the most beautiful campuses in the nation. Here at FSC, we have over 70 different challenging academic programs of study, as well as 16 pre-professional tracks across 5 different schools, as well as accelerated degree options to earn your bachelor's and master's in less time. Some of our most popular majors are biology, marine biology, nursing, business, music, theater, psychology, and exercise science. We are a liberal arts college at our core, so no matter what your major is, you're going to get a really well-rounded degree. We have an emphasis on engaged and experiential learning, so you'll be an active participant in our custom classrooms, regardless of your major. We really believe in the power of learning by doing and immersing our students in the field as soon as possible. So for example, students get involved in research with the Tiny Earth Network by their very first semester. We're able to offer this engaged learning experience in part with our small class size. The average class size is 17 students, and 100% of our classes are taught by professors themselves. We never have graduates leading our courses, and that just ensures that you're learning from experts in your field. Part of our engaged learning are these 3 guarantees: study abroad, professional internships, and graduating in 4 years. So the first guarantee I'd like to highlight is the study abroad. We guarantee this through our junior journey program, which is a 7 to 10 day trip over school breaks in either your junior or senior year. You go with a professor, so you're receiving that academic credit. And the best part about these trips is that they're at little at no additional cost to you. There are both domestic and international trip options, and you can go with one that isn't even affiliated with your major. We also guarantee internships to all of our students, regardless of your major. 95% of employers are looking for new hires with experience, so an internship really does allow you to be the most competitive candidate once you enter into the job market. And the last guarantee we have is that you will graduate in 4 years or less. We're able to guarantee this because in addition to everything we've already shared, students are paired with an academic advisor in their field of study as soon as they get on campus. We are also very transfer credit friendly, so you're able to come into college with some college level courses under your belt, which is really nice. So really, why is this all important? Well, it translates into post-graduation success. So 1/3 of our students go on to the graduate programs and 2/3 of them are successful into the workforce. So most importantly, over 95% of our students reaching their postgraduate goals within 6 months of graduating from the institution. While academics are an important part of your college experience, we also want to talk about the college life. The student experience, because FSC prides itself on being a true campus community. So in fact, all students are required to live on campus for all 4 years, which means that you're guaranteed to have housing on campus for all 4 years. Our 16 different housing options include on-campus dorms, as well as apartment complexes near campus for our upperclassmen. Aside from housing, we also do have 20 NCAA Division II varsity sports, as well as 125 different clubs and student organizations as well. So there's tons of ways that you can get involved, connect to people, and show your school spirit too. So now that we've shared all about FSC, let's talk about how to officially become an FSC mock. So it's free to apply regardless of how you do so. Our application's open on our FSC website. We're also available on Common App and Coalition as well too. So in addition to the application, you're also going to need your high school transcript, letter of recommendation from a teacher or counselor, and a personal statement. We've also adopted a test optional policy, so you can apply with or without those test scores. You can send in all the materials at one time, or you can send them in when they become available. So you don't need to submit everything all at once. But once we receive all your documents, you're going to be getting a decision within 3 to 4 weeks from us. So we know that college costs may be something you're strongly considering. So every applicant is automatically going to be considered for an academic merit-based scholarship. We strongly encourage all of our students to file the FAFSA beginning on that October 1st timeline that just hit to be considered for the federal, state, and additional aid. So some departments on campus also offer specific scholarships. So that would be auditions, portfolio reviews, interviews, and athletic recruitments. We also accept outside scholarships. So that just means you can earn and bring in financial aid from a variety of sources. So I just wanted to say thank you for your time this evening. If you'd like to learn more, we definitely encourage you checking out our daily info sessions, campus tours, open houses, and other virtual and in-person options. More info to how to register can be found on our website, flsouthern.edu. Thank you again. I will take any of your questions. Go Mocs and have a fantastic night.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Up next, and last but not least, we have the University of South Dakota.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today, this evening. My name is Zeqi Chat Yan. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at the USD, specifically very blessed to be serving the students and families from the state of Minnesota. Before I begin, I want to take one moment to honor and acknowledge the traditional territory in which the USD is situated on. We are on the traditional territory of the Oceti-Sakowin, or commonly known as the Great Sioux Nation, specifically part of the Dakota and Ihanktawan, or Yankton Sioux Nation. And so today I'm here to share with you what really makes USD stand out. And let me go ahead and share with you. First of all, USD is the flagship university since its inception in 1862, so over 160 years of history, conveniently located in Vermilion, South Dakota, the southeast corner, just 4 hours southwest of Minneapolis and 2 hours east of Omaha. And we have a total enrollment of less than 10,000 students, 75% of which are undergraduate students, and around 15% BIPOC students. So there is the increasing diversity amongst our student body. With our faculty to student ratio of 15:1, our average class size is only 26, which means you really have this intimate learning environment to get to know your professors. Usually by the second week, our professors will be able to call you by first name, making it exceedingly hard for you to skip any classes, okay? Yes, we have been identified as the best in the Dakotas in case Minnesota students, if you're considering universities in North Dakota, just know that we are still #1 currently. And yes, we are the home of the Coyotes, known to have a spirit of a collaboration and teamwork. So overall, we do have a total of 7 colleges within the university, and I will be featuring some of the common and popular programs. And 3, the only medical and law school in the state of South Dakota. So common and popular programs such as psychology, medical biology, a great pathway to medical school, and a brand new artificial intelligence program. That's where the programming and computer world is at. Also, legal studies that just started last year, another great pathways to law school, and biochemistry, brand new this year for our students interested in medical school. In addition, we also have a School of Education featuring the kinesiology and sport management. Some of our students have had the privilege of interning and working with local team sports athletes or even NFL players. And also medical laboratory science and nursing under the School of Health Sciences, with 96% board exam passing rate. Our nursing students have 99% or more of a job placement rate within 6 months of a graduation. And we've heard the expression, it's good to know people in high places. 4 out of 5 South Dakota Supreme Court justices either graduate from USD Law or undergraduate. Our law students have plenty of access to internship and clerkships, both within the state and the region, if not nationally. And also annually, we do graduate about 60 medical doctors, some of whom are also from the minoritized populations. And overall, 202 majors, minors, and certificate programs, plus 78 graduate degree programs for you to choose from. Next, I want to touch on briefly some of the internship opportunities and research. In this case, Idea Fest takes place annually, first week of April, really makes your resume stand out. You discover summer research, you will receive $5,000 stipend for doing this incredible research work. Spura, that's conducted in-house here at USD with a strong emphasis on addiction research, and additional departmental scholarships and internship opportunities. One of our recent graduates actually went to 4 different countries over 4 summers. Her total out-of-pocket expenses were $2,000, thanks to the generous funding and supplemental cost from our Farber Fund, and that could be you as well. We also have a careers portal where even after you graduate, you can still access and search for suitable job opportunities for you. And employers are always constantly updating and providing new job notifications. 180 student organizations for you to consider and tap into and hone your leadership and communication skills. We also have the most vibrant Greek life in the state of South Dakota. And next, hey, many of you might be interested in sports. We do have 16 Division I sports teams, plenty of opportunities and spirited games for you to attend. And our games take place in our beautiful Dakota Dome and our sports complex. Now, hopefully with illustration, some of you might have become more interested in USD. So the application process is really simple. We have an in-house or institutional application, very straightforward. Don't worry about personal essay or recommendation letters. Just $20 application fee. Some students take 30 minutes and you are done. Or common app application that also give you the opportunity to become part of our YOT family. Also, annually, we do give out $7 to $8 million in scholarships and grants. And tuition, many of you are Minnesota students. I just want to highlight the cost differential between in-state and Minnesota students are less than $500, making USD really one of the most affordable. Now, I invite you to please visit our beautiful and compact campus. The next part, finally, just apply, because our scholarship application has opened up. Housing application just opened up on Monday. You need to be admitted to start on those applications. Thank you so much. And should you have any questions, I'm here for you every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, University of South Dakota. I'd like to go ahead and invite all of the schools back onto camera for just a lightning round question that I'm hoping everyone can take just 30 seconds to answer. And that's, what is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? So we'll go ahead and actually start with our first presenter, Gonzaga University, and then we'll go in order from there.
Okay, the first thing I thought of is it seems to be so much emphasis and anxiety around writing the perfect essay for college. And while we like and enjoy reading essays, it just does not hold that much weight at most of our schools. So we just don't want people to completely stress out about it. It's just use it as an opportunity to let us get to know you, because that's really how so many of us are looking at it. So I'd say that'll be my answer for that one.
And I would encourage students to, when they go to a college, check out the entire community. So yes, it's exciting to get admitted into a college, but you're also getting welcomed into a larger community, and you're going to be a part of that community for 2 to 4 years. So take a little time and get to know the town or city that the college is located in.
I would say, I think there's a common misconception that the college application process is really big and scary, or it takes a long time and students feel like they have to really shrink down their list to only apply to maybe 2 or 3 of their top schools. And while yes, maybe you don't have time to apply for 50 schools, I just say apply, apply, apply. Throw in as many applications as you can, especially if you're interested in schools, because for a lot of our institutions, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships simply with your application to the university. So it's a great way to see, one, if you're admitted to the university, and two, what kinds of scholarships will be available for you, because that is such a huge deciding factor for students when pursuing higher education.
I think one of the things that I would touch on is a lot of students might be nervous that they don't know exactly what they want to do because they're surrounded by all these people that say, I'm going to be a cardiac surgeon, I'm going to go to this place, I'm going to do my residency here. And as a man who's just attended his 10-year high school reunion, that tends to not pan out, right? College is going to be a place where you can experience new ideas that you haven't been able to see before in high school. So I encourage you to be open to different opportunities and explore things that might be just a little bit outside of your comfort zone without feeling nervous about it.
I think for me, it's that the financial aid process doesn't have to be as big and scary and unaccessible as it needs to be. I know a lot of our institutions will hold your hand throughout the way to let you know about things like the FAFSA, state aid programs, where you can find local national scholarships. So I know for us that we really try to make it accessible and understandable for you as we walk you through the financial aid process. So a big piece of that is don't be scared of sticker prices. Don't look at those. Use the net price calculators to really help you give a better estimate of, is this going to be accessible and plausible for me in a college choice?
Similar to what Kyle has addressed, a lot of you might be apprehensive, like, hey, I don't know what I want to study. And that is perfectly fine. At USD, about 40% of our students coming in do not have a declared major. But yet after exploring for an entire year, 80% of that 40% do identify their passions and strengths. After all, that's what college is all about, right? Identifying your strengths and passions. And that's why I do want to point out, having 202 majors, minors, and certificate programs here at USD, you have ample amount of opportunities to identify that. And I invite you to be a part of the community. Thank you.
So much great advice from all of these schools. Definitely feel free to reach out to these reps. I know a lot of them have put their contact information in the chat. I want to thank you all for joining us for this session. There will be a quick survey when you close out of this window. And don't forget that the recordings will be available at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Thank you to everyone for being here this evening. Have a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll meet again someday. Bye all.